Get a Job in Tech, episode 126. How to save 2 years off your career in. What do I mean by it? I mean that having the skill set, understanding the roadmap, the vision, if you will, for your career saves you 2 years off the time. When I say 2 years, I mean figuring out what to do, going through the motion, working in a location, not understanding where to go next. Perhaps working in a location, you work at Walmart, you work at McDonald's, you work at a gas station, you're there. You work around other individuals who've been there 10, 15, 20 years, 5 years. They're not going to tell you how to get a job in tech because they themselves don't have a job in it. A number of factors probably play into that. A lack of understanding, probably the highest form of misguidedness, miscommunication, whatever you want to call it. Mostly it's a paradigm. It's the way they see their role. Work, 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 hard, hard, hard. They're just going to work at Walmart. They're just going to work at McDonald's. Get the job done. Yeah. Make the $15 an hour. 5 years later, they make $20 an hour. And understanding that's their role. That's all they know. They feel comfortable with it. If they try to get a job in tech, they themselves are going to be stressed. You've seen it. They don't value talking about money. They'd rather talk about the job, rather talk about normal, mundane stuff. Some activity that went on in society, some sports event, some event that happened to them. It doesn't better them, it just talks about their life. That's great. Fantastic. Good for them. The thing about that is that you're influenced by it. When you're at your job, you're influenced by what they say, those around you. And if you don't go along to get along, what happens is you're an outsider. You're better than us. Do you think you're better than Walmart? Better than this job? Your fancy pants, Mrs. Fancy Pants? They see you trying to learn. Bring a book in. Oh, that's cool. What are you doing there? Little comments like that. Little sidebar comments like that. So it becomes very easy to become discouraged when the influence around you is not supporting, at your job especially. They don't want to talk about making more money. How do we make more money? What skill do we have that we can go onto the marketplace and execute on and make more money? What skill set do I have that I need to make money on, that I can do something? No, the conversation always points to, oh, let's have a skill set, and then it becomes, well, somebody else is already doing that, or that's too hard, or it just seems like a lot of work, or I'm not going to do it if it's not going to make me $50,000 a year. Well, you make $15 an hour now, and $15 an hour, last time I checked, is about 30 grand. But you're not going to do something unless it makes you 50 grand? Really? Reality check. Reality check is, if you make $15 an hour, you're not going to do anything unless it makes you $50,000 a year? That's the wrong mindset to have. Or like, let me build on an extra $2 an hour. Let me get to $17 an hour. And when I get to $17 an hour, then my next goal is $20 an hour. And when I get to $20 an hour, my next goal is $22 an hour. And understanding that Walmart and McDonald's could get you there. It's going to take a long time to get there. And you're going to go up the ladder very, very slowly. Versus getting a job in tech, you've seen it. Seen on YouTube. Individuals go from making $15 an hour, making six figures less than a year. How you yourself are going to do this? Well, the first thing to do is to figure out what you want. Do you even know why you want to make more money? Or make more money? Or more money could be $1. You know, really? Do you know how much money you want to make? If you take your amount of money you make now, let's say it's 30 grand a year, 30,000 a year. You divide that into a monthly income. That's about 2,500. Let's say 3,000 a month. Let's just say 6,000 a year. Let's just give that ballpark easy number. $3,000 a month. Okay. What skill do you have that you can get 100 people to pay you $30 a month? 100 times 30 is 3,000. Last time I checked. So, what thing can you do that 100 people can pay you $30 a month? Facilitate them in earning more money or becoming better at whatever it is that they want to become better at. The thing that you know is going to help them better themselves. Taking that into consideration, 3,000 a month. Place your income. Not by working harder or more hours at your current job at McDonald's or Walmart. By saying, okay, I'm going to take those skills that I have at Walmart and McDonald's. I come home, I'm going to block out 4 hours a day or 4 hours a week. At the first onset. Because, as you know, very difficult to get started in tech. Get started with anything, really. Taking that 4 hours a week, block it off. Ask yourself, why do I need to earn more money? What do I want to do? Okay. Why do I need a job in tech? Examples, a lot of reasons. What do I need to learn every day? That's really the key right there. And lastly, how do I replace my income by me having a skill set, teaching others, or helping them do something I know? When I say how to save 2 years off your career in tech, it's a combination of a lot of things. First thing really is getting your mind right, your paradigm. Why do you want to do this? Do you know why? Is it a habit? Do you even understand what you want to earn? Do you know that? Or are you just every day going day by day in your job, doing the same thing over and over and over? Looking at other individuals there, been there 5, 10, 15, and asking yourself, do I be like that? Probably don't ask yourself that much. Because if you did, you probably would get angry. Say, really, I want to make $15 an hour now, and I want to make 30,000 a year or $30 an hour, 20 years. What is that? No, I'm better than that. I want to make way more than that. It's so much beneath me as a job. Because you do the same thing over and over and over. Can you imagine working at Walmart doing the same thing over and over and over for 30 years? At the end of your 20 years or 10 years, whatever, they give you a discount card. It's 10%. Thank you for working here. Bye. I think you're way better than that. I think you're way better than that. Those type of jobs are meant for a stepping stone job, not for a career. Definitely not for you, because you're in tech. You want to get a job in tech. That's why you listen to this podcast. The podcast is called Get a Job in Tech. That's why you're here. You're not here to keep working at Walmart or McDonald's. You're here to get a job in tech. You're here to learn, Gary, how do I save 2 years my job? So 2 years off my career in tech. Meaning, I don't want to go through the process and get this skill set at some community college because they convinced me to do it, take some networking course. In 2 years' time, I'm going to have this CCNA or whatever in 2 years' time. Yeah. Meanwhile, the market has moved past you. All that money you could have made goes by. Now, in 2 years' time, you now are ready to get that job in tech. Oh, I'm ready to get the job in tech. I did my 2 years. Come to find out, maybe that job is not there anymore in your ideal location. When you took it, they said, yes, you can get this job 2 years' time here. We place a lot of our students here. 2 years' time goes down the road, the job's not available. And most people only apply it to 5 places. Then they quit or they give up. And they get a job. And okay, I'm done. They don't continue looking for a job after they have one. No, they don't. The competition is very limited. If you're in one location, want this specific job at this specific company, very limited in that. When I say save 2 years, I mean start off, step 1, the 3 or 4 step process. Step 1, find out what you want to make, money-wise. If you don't know, take current salary and say, I want to take that salary and I'll make that the equivalent every single month by building something, a course, by building a marketplace or selling a product, whatever that thing is. I want to make what I make now in a month as my side job, side income. Second thing, start taking a book into work. Start taking a tech book into work. Even if it's a magazine that's $8 about tech, start reading it. Fill your mind with that. We have cell phones. Take a cell phone. Watch a YouTube channel in your break. Or watch my YouTube channels. Watch my content on YouTube, which is Commvault Whisperer, YouTube channel, Gary McNeely IP. Perhaps take a course. Fine. I have several of them on Udemy, Teachable. Get a job in teachable.com. Even if you just every day, you don't do anything with it, just keep feeding the content, feeding yourself in tech, feeding this thing, and then you go home and you write it down. Just write down. So step 1 really is find out what you want to replace your income with, monthly income, with a side job. Step 2. Step 2 is this. It's probably a really important step, really. Is separate yourself from those individuals who drag you down in your job. It's not meant that they have mouth. Probably meant more so of they don't want to see you go through a hard time. They understand probably. They will understand. You change your life, if you change and you try to get a better job, or you're learning something to get a better job, now sometimes they see that as a risk for them. Wait, who will I talk to now? You're not working here anymore. Who am I going to go to? Who will I convey in? If you start to change those things we talk about at work that they don't like about their work, they can no longer talk to you because you won't mind that anymore. It won't bother you anymore because you're getting a better job. You're starting to get a better job, and you're going to be getting a job in tech. And you're not going to have time for those nonsense conversations that don't really better you. So in essence, they're not going to be able to cry on your shoulder, if you will, or talk about their job or their troubles at their work with no solution. Because once you start to learn more about tech, you start to suggest how they themselves can do better. They're no longer going to be the same mindset. They're going to distance themselves from you because you're no longer thinking like them, thinking different. Are you thinking different? Here I am working at McDonald's and Walmart, and you're trying to do better. I thought we were trying to just complain about the job. What are you trying to do better so you don't have to work anymore? Changing the paradigm, you're changing how things go. Why would you do that? That's really the most important one right there. Changing your mindset, changing your friendships, work, changing individuals who you let them influence you every day. You let them drag you down to their level every day. They've been there 5, 10, 15 years. You just got there. And you believe them? Believe their advice about career? Oh, just stick here for 5 or 10 years and you can make extra $3, make up to $18 an hour in 5 years. Or go into tech. Make 6 figures in 2 years, friend. 100% that's happening. Every day, all day, it's happening. Now you say, well, that's easy for you to say because you know tech, and guess what? I was like anybody else. I started learning. Everybody else, every single day. That leads me to my next little deal here. Learning something new every day. That's probably step number 3. Whatever it is. Start at your house. Do you have a computer at home? If you don't, buy a computer at home. Start fixing it. Start learning on your computer at home. Understanding that. Watch a video. YouTube. There's several YouTube videos. I want to do something. I want to install Linux. I want to install VirtualBox. Okay, watch the video. Watch my video. Here's how you install VirtualBox. What's this VirtualBox? What is that? You install it. Then you install Windows Server. Okay. Then you install Active Directory. You build on your skill set every day is what I'm saying here. Every single day you have another skill set. You have another something that you've learned. Okay, I've moved the goalpost, right? I've moved my circle of knowledge every day. That's number 3. Number 4 really is having the ability to just put everything in perspective and give yourself a reward for your accomplishments. It's been something simple. Hey, I installed Active Directory today. Wow. Hey, I installed VirtualBox. Wow. Give yourself a little celebration dance. A little celebration. Scream, yell, shout. Yeah, I did it. Yeah. Go in your little corner somewhere. Go in your car, wherever. Just like, did it, Really just let that sense of accomplishment come over you. That rush, that that great feeling. I did it. Yeah, I did something I didn't think I could do. I moved my circle of knowledge. I've moved my circle of capacity a little further out. Wow, it's nice. You know, that you're reinforcing. It's taking a step back and saying, okay, wow, 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 that's nice. Reward yourself. Wow. Reason you do that. If you don't do that, if you don't reward yourself, you start to become mundane. Like, when am I going to get to the end here? And when am I going to reach my goal here? Come on, right? You've probably seen some of the, I guess, on the TV, some of the sports people, I guess. Sometimes they'll win like the goal, the big soccer match, the big football match, whatever. And at the end of it, they're like, oh, cool, awesome. The next day, they're like, okay, hey, take a little further along than just a day to celebrate, they're wanting for the next thing, next thing, next thing, which is great, but take some time to really appreciate what you have, like what you've accomplished, even the smallest. Hey, I installed VirtualBox. Hey, I installed Windows. I'll tell you why. 98 or 99, whatever, let's say 80, 98, 95, let's say 95% of the world doesn't know Active Directory, doesn't know Windows, doesn't know VMware. And you've moved your knowledge up a little more. So now you're higher in that knowledge bracket, if you will. That IT, that technical circle, if you will. You're on your way. You're on your way. You're building those skill sets on your way unto a new, better job. Thank you very much for listening to this podcast. If you want to find out what I do and how to follow me and all my courses and all that, go to GaryMcNeelyIT.com. I put up a new course on Udemy, which is how to podcast in 24 hours, how to get your podcast started in 24 hours. I have other courses on there. I have a couple Commvault courses on there. And follow me on Twitter, which is at Gary McNeely IT. And thank you very much, and have a great day.